everyone. Day vlogmas 16. It's the Sunday. How's the knitting going? Did you have a good Sunday? It was pretty quiet in here, but you know, people poking around. Not a lot of shops are open in town. I don't understand. I mean, it's the weekends. People are looking for something to do. Anyway, so I was in the shop today. I get to have tomorrow at home. Just knit, but I did get a little bit of knitting in. I was keeping my sweater on the counter, so I was knitting while I was talking to customers. Sometimes customers just come in, they just want to tell you stories. Had a few storytellers today. It was good though. Got a few people sorted out. Had a newbie knitter who's making her very first hat. She's doing it on straights. I don't know, does anybody knit hats on straight needles anymore, like flat? I hate sewing up, so I can't imagine why you'd want to sew up a hat. But she decided that's what she wanted to do because she found a pattern and didn't like the idea of switching between the circular needles and then the double pointed needles. And I thought if I brought up magic loop, she was going to lose her mind and her brain was going to explode. Oh, I'm wearing my glittery top. I feel funny. I can wear glitter at this time of year, but if I was wearing this like in January and February, it'd be like feeling like I'm overdressed or something. Is it just me? Too much glitter and it's like, feels like you're out ready to go to a party or something, but it's a little fun. It's funny, I've worn this in the car, and I was sitting with Leah one time and it was like sunset, so the sun was coming in the car and she was like, you need to cover that shirt. It was like disco ball lights everywhere in the car. It was pretty funny. So yeah, so what I was doing today while it was quiet, I was poking around on the internet doing research. I like to go through all my yarns and look at ones that, what's selling, what's not selling, and I use QuickBooks software, so I keep track of, I can literally look up and do a report on a product and I can see how much we sell of it or not sell of it. It's kind of awesome because takes your ego out of it. When you think something's selling, this is all numbers. It gives you, you think it's selling and then you find out, no, it's not really, or you think it's not selling and you're like, oh, that actually is just one of those quiet ones that just goes out the door pretty constant. So I've learned over the last 12 years of retail, of owning my own business, to always pay attention to the numbers. So then I make my list of, my wish list of yarn brands that I want to bring in. Like when I brought in Hedgehog, that I was on a waiting list for like 2 years. Some of these yarns are hard to get. But yeah, you never know. Brooklyn Tweed was a complete surprise when they called me. They had been told my store name a few times by other customers suggesting me as a vendor for them, so they called me. And when you look at your cordless phone, it says Brooklyn Tweed, and you're like, why is Brooklyn Tweed calling me? Anyways, it was pretty cool. I was trying to explain it to my husband when I got Brooklyn Tweed 2 years ago. I'm like, it's like somebody offered you sort of the NHL hockey team for a very small little town. But anyways, I think we're the smallest town that actually carries Brooklyn Tweed. It's hard when you're in a small town. You have to rely on a lot of online sales, which I need to find a way to get further out there so people can find me. I would like to try and be the virtual local yarn store for people that live where there is no yarn stores. So I've got a few customers now that we've built a pretty good relationship, and they just call and go, I need this, I can't figure out this, and I need this color, and then they text me a picture and we figure it out on the phone and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I was joking around that at some point I'm going to wear one of those GoPro cameras on my head and I'm going to walk through the store and start showing yarn, going, oh, how about this one, and this one's soft. It'd be like this, I'll be your virtual yarn shopper. You'll be walking, you'll be video watching it on your iPad, going a little to the left, pick that pink one right there. We're so close to doing that. I would love one of those GoPro cameras, but they're expensive, but they look fun. Tim's been wanting one forever to ride around his motorcycle with it on, so we can, I don't know, videotape his driving and watch it later, I guess. I don't quite understand what that would be cool, but what do I know? Yeah, so I've been making my wish list of yarn brands that I want to bring in and trying to find which ones would be the best, the next best one to bring in color-wise, I tend to have a lot of color, like hedgehog colors. As you know, it's nice and bright, but I need probably more neutrals. Brooklyn tweed I consider, no, sorry, quince I consider very neutral. Brooklyn tweed tends to be fairly dark, their colors, though they've come out with some great new colors, so which is good. They've lightened up a bit. Yeah, so I probably need to bring in a hand dyer or something that's kind of a lighter color palette than not quite as hot as hedgehog. Poking around anyways, I have some ideas. And then, of course, I got to make room on the shelves and on my visa. Poor visa gets quite abused at this time of year. Though we were being very budget oriented this year, so everyone's getting practical, and you know, it's a little bit of clothing, but trying to do more practical, keeping the budget low. And for my family, we're actually decided we're not really doing gifts. We're just going to try and get together for dinner, because my brother lives quite a ways away and we don't get to see him much and the kids, so we're just trying to organize it so we all get to hang out together, have a day, have a full day, not just like dinner, and not at a restaurant, like at home where you can kind of, the kids can relax and don't have to worry about them getting twitchy. So yes. Yeah, so my sweater, it's the puffin pullover. I'm at the ribbing. It's a little longer than, they wanted you to only go 9 inches for cropped. Well, I'm not wearing cropped anything, because if I bend over and my back is open to the air, that'll really make me crazy. So I went a little bit longer than they suggested, so hopefully it's going to work. But it's so fast. I mean, I started the ribbing this morning, and I've got 2 inches just from me standing and yakking and knitting as I'm yakking to customers and stuff. So it's great. Oh, and if you're looking at this sweater, Kelly from Boho Knits knit that, and it's pattern Odin 2.0, I think. Odin, like O-D-I-N, and as in the god, and it's knit with Lopi, Elafloss, yeah, we have that yarn. It's nice. It's very plump and very woolly. So yeah, Bun had some visitors today. Someone had a nice, kids came and had to lie down on the floor and fed her pumpkin seeds, and she enjoyed that. And we have romaine lettuce back, so she's happy. So she's in munching her lettuce, getting ready for Betty Bye time. And I am packing up and heading out. I threw together some inventory downstairs and tried to count and weigh all the merino roving that's on the wall. For some reason, the computer dumped all my inventory and said I didn't have any, because somebody called and said, you have none, it says on your website. And I'm like, there's loads of merino roving. I've got tons of it. It's all on the wall downstairs. So we are your fiber art connection if you want roving or spinning roving or anything. I haven't got to the variegated rovings yet. I will hopefully do that Tuesday, but yes, I'm going to go home, and there's a few more new colors that I have to add to. I'm not sure why they weren't on the website, but SKU numbers and things like that get all muddled up. So I was down there weighing and marking bags and stacking them all back on the shelves. Anyways, all good. And then I get to send out emails tomorrow when I'm working from home and start asking people about wholesale accounts with some new yarn companies. We'll see. I'm trying to do Canadian. I want to do more Canadian stuff. So, though it seems like the fair trade agreement is completed and it didn't change a whole lot, thank you. People always think American politics don't affect us. It does. Everything they do kind of affects us. So it's amazing how much it affects us. I kind of think it wouldn't either, but it does. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I've got new wrist rollers and new colors in stock. I love the little tins there, and they're so cute. I got pink and teal and baby blue, which I really think is pretty. Where's the baby blue one? Oh, I picked it up first shot. This is the baby blue one. Isn't that pretty? Oh, shawl that I'm wearing, Pure Joy by Joji Locatelli. I knit this ages ago with the skein of Lorna's laces. I don't carry that. I was at a Fiber Fest and bought it for myself. It's the problem when I knit something for myself. People immediately go, I want that. Do you have that in your store? And it's like, no, sorry. Yeah, and then the stripey one was Wisdom Yarn, Universal Wisdom by Universal. I think it's called Prism or something like that. It was a number of years ago, a while ago. Little bun pins, isn't he cute? Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up, go home. Maybe now that I've avoided going home as late as it is, maybe it's almost 6, someone will have made dinner. Yeah, because they don't like waiting this long. Whoever holds out the longest wins. Somebody else makes dinner. And then I just have to do the cleanup. But oh well. Okay, ciao.